The wrap up for the 19th of September 2020. Again, this series is one where I use Trade Ideas' ability to backtest to come up with some scenarios that are working well in this market. I pull two long and short candidates out of those scenarios. That's kind of filtered out just by using technical analysis. I present those to you. We see how they do for the next week, and I present the results, and then just kind of a rinse and repeat type of scenario from there. Been doing this for about a year and a half, and the performance of this particular pretty hands-off strategy has been phenomenal. If you're interested in the technology that makes this possible, Trade Ideas link is in the description below. That will help the channel. Also down there is my email address if you are interested in one-on-one trader coaching, which I do, push people back, trouble points they're having, or help them with some area of their trading that they think they're having problems with. Again, links to all of that in the description below. A continued pullback here on the SPY into this congestion area right here that we talked about. If we look at the intraday chart, it bounced right from that area today. It'll be interesting to see if we kind of come in here and congest the way I thought, or whether it's just going to be a bounce and continuation from there. I'll just note that V-tops historically in the market are very rare, so it would shock me if we just kind of plummeted from here without putting in some sideways chop one way or the other. So on the calls last week, we had two. We had Dix and Vail that both triggered. Dix moved up a little bit and Vail did not, ending for kind of a lackluster week. It was about $50 per 100 shares traded, and this chart is just showing you depending on kind of what your size is in this particular strategy. So this week we are watching CFX, this rounded kind of bottom looking right here. I'm looking for this to kind of break this top end of the range here just to see if this could continue some, because we have an 18% short float. And again, this is very strong, and these rounded patterns I find are very strong. On jcom, we're in this kind of box right here, right? So what I'm looking for is a break of this box higher. Again, another 18% short float. You know right where you're wrong on plays like this, which I like. If it breaks out and then gets back inside, or breaks the low here, worst case scenario, your trade plan on this one's just wrong, and it's time to move on to the next. On the short side, we're looking at Allegiant essentially kind of a breakdown of this trend line. So we broke under this trend line, we came back to retest it, and we're putting in a lot of indecision candles in this area, which you guys know that I like. So I think if this continues lower, the people who basically are looking at this trend line may just say, okay, it was a nice uptrend. It looks like that uptrend's over, and let us exit. And then last but not least, we're looking at FND. Same type of thing. We've got a potential double top going on here. Not very many people looking to short this stock at all, and just an absolute monster run, doubling in price for a floor and decor type company. So, when I see movements like this, it makes me think that a quick kind of pullback scalp could be interesting. On the Bitcoin front, I've been kind of bearish for this one for a while. Let me just refresh this to get it to change. Had a good short on this here, out of that position and looking to re-short as we're seeing some indecision candles kind of after this bounce, right? So we broke out of this area, we came back to retest it, and it looks like we're coiling down. These are one of my favorite plays, this breakdown pullback type of move. So if we get out of that and get below the 200-day moving average on top of that, that may be a place to add to the short if we are going to continue lower. And then if we hold this resistance right here, or this support, prior resistance potentially could be support right there, then that could have just been the pullback to take us higher. So basically looking at that is we're still technically in a downtrend until we kind of break these highs here. So I'm going to be leaning to the short side. I see an area of potential resistance here, so that makes me lean to the short side. And then we'll see if we can break this area or not. But I'm going to be in this little area and then be out if we kind of break over here. So those are kind of my thoughts for this week. More on the channel upcoming, where we've got more back to basics with Jess. That's starting back up. More live trading videos and kind of a super secret project I've been working on for a while. So keep an eye out for those, and I will see you guys next week.